Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Lunch Talk with the Carters. I am your hostess, Star Carter.
And I am your host, Michael Carter.
And we just come to tell you all that it is time to get the show started. What's up? What's up? It is Friday.
Yes, it is. It's the weekend once again.
We got another juicy topic for today's show. We can't wait to get into it. But first, let me ask my wonderful husband, how are you doing today, Mr. Carter?
Oh, I'm doing great, doing magnificent. It's the weekend and seeing another Friday.
All right, and we're about to come up on Valentine's Day week.
Yes, it's coming up, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's
Home of Cupid
is next week. I know a lot of people are excited about that, but more so, I'm more excited that the wait is going to be over next Friday, God willing. Black Panther comes out.
Oh, yeah, Black Panther the movie. Yeah, so excited about that. It's going to be a great movie.
Oh yeah. I've been on this movie ever since I first saw the premiere trailer on Twitter. I think that was back in November, and I had tagged you on Facebook. I'm like, babe, we're going to see this. And I've been counting down the months since November. So it's been a long week.
Oh yeah, it has. But it's here, like you said, another week or so?
Next week.
Yes.
It's the 16th on next Friday. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into our show top. Today we're going to be talking about workplace spouses.
Oh, workplace spouses. You know, you got your little woman at work that you call your wife, or your guy at work that you call your husband. You know, may not be nothing serious, but hey, you know, it exists. Work spouse.
And I don't know if you all had listened in on this past Monday show where we were talking about the Super Bowl, but we had already revealed that we was going to do this topic for today. Basically what I had told my husband, you know, I had found out about this when I was working at our local hospital here in our hometown. And I was like, what in the hell is a work husband and a work spouse? And I overheard this girl saying, well, you know, my work husband, and you know, it was kind of weird to me. So when I went back, you know, I was telling my husband about it, and that was during the time that, you know, we had said we were going to do this podcast, you know, talking about relationships and stuff. So basically I saw a Facebook post the other day that said, if you are something to the effect of, if you're spending more time with your work husbands and your work wives, you're going to end up losing your real husband and your real wives. So
and that type of shit happens for real.
Yeah.
More so than not.
So we're just gonna touch on that subject today, talking about workplace spouses. I was just intrigued today. I was like, I want to really see how popular this is. So I went on, you know, little internet and did a little Googling, and Wikipedia actually has a definition for a work spouse. And I almost fell out the
You
floor.
believe that?
Yeah.
It actually a search word for this.
Yeah, there is a search word for work spouse.
Wow.
And it says that a work spouse is a phrase mostly in American English referring to a coworker, usually of the opposite sex, with whom one shares a special relationship. Having bonds similar to those of a marriage.
What kind of shit is that?
It says a work spouse is also referred to as a workplace spouse, work wife, or office husband. Now, this is on the Wikipedia. All I did was search work wives, work husbands, and this popped up on the top of my search from the Wikipedia. And I was like, okay.
I know. Right?
Now, I
Wow.
thought that was enough, but since a whole bunch of other articles popped up, I was just intrigued just to click on one just to see what kind of fuckery are they really talking about. This one says, this is a report that came off of CNN by a guy named Patrick Irwin. He wrote it. He is a careerbuilder.com writer. And believe it or not, this is for careerbuilder.com. I know plenty of y'all done put a resume.
The job place?
Yeah, the job place.
Really?
Yeah, so this guy writes for careerbuilder.com, and he did this article for CNN November the 10th of 2008. So this article is 10 years old. So that lets you know how long this gyration has been going on for decades, okay? So with that being said, Mr. Irwin wrote about, he said that a work spouse is a co-worker of the opposite sex with whom you have a close platonic relationship. In many ways, these relationships can mirror a real marriage. According to a 2007 survey from Vault.com, a career information website, 23% of workers reported that they had a work spouse.
That's all I can keep saying. People, I'm sorry because I am flabbergasted.
He flabbergasted.
You got a wife at work. Wow. OMG.
And then what, and I bet you guys are like, well, what do you mean by a work spouse or work husband? Well, do you have a homeboy that you say, or a homegirl per se, that you have, met on the job? Y'all didn't know each other prior to working together, right? And you just click, whether y'all work in the same department, more than likely y'all work in the same department. If you're gonna, talk a lot, you spending 8, 12 hours with these people and, 40 plus hours a week. So of course it's going to be easy if you got to see this person every day. You got to form some type of relationship with them, or other than that, you're going to be just not talking to nobody.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's cool to form a relationship because that's going to be, that's going to be obvious. You spend so much time with these people at work, but for us call them your work wife or work husband, I think that's taking it a little too far because if that's the case, now you want the title. How about you paying some of these damn bills at the house too then? Yeah, you want to be the work husband, work house, wife? Okay, then. Okay, let's start doing everything. Just don't have the title.
Well, I can see where you're coming from on that, but listen to this. This is from the same article that I was reading from CNN by Patrick Irwin. He says, do you have a work spouse? And there is 7 signs that he has listed in this article that maybe will tell you if you have an actual work spouse. So I thought I was going to go down the list, and maybe any of our listeners out there in podcast land can tell us. Maybe you can email us at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com and tell us if any of these have you experienced. You can say I. Even you, Mr. Carter, you say I.
All I can say is
Okay, so here are 7 clear signs that you might have a work spouse. Okay, so number 1 is you depend on a particular coworker for office supplies, snacks, and aspirin. So you could go to this chick because she is a walk-in pharmacy. She's got everything. She's got scissors. She's got your pens, whatever you need. She's a walk-in Walmart, honey. She's got snacks. She's got aspirin. She's a Walmart.
One-stop shop. Yeah, okay.
She's Walmart. She got Walmart in her pocketbook. Okay, so number 2, there are inside jokes that you and a specific coworker share. Oh, like some inside crap.
Oh, now the plot thickening. Okay. All right, keep going.
But I don't understand. What kind of inside jokes y'all gonna have that only you two would know?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I know you told me to go into the next one, but I just got stuck.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In that one because I'm like, okay, what kind of inside jokes we go? I'm sorry, I've never worked with a guy that I wasn't interested in that I had an inside joke with.
Well, I can't actually say that because. I mean, if you and this person done experience something that nobody else has and y'all make a little jokey joke about it, that's just between y'all, nobody else in the plant knows about it.
Okay.
Just in case, just y'all could have tripped and damn near fell at the cafeteria or the bathroom or whatever.
Okay.
And, maybe a little inside joke.
My mind being the gutter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, it could be a little small inside joke.
That's my mind being good because, I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Because I'm like, what the hell? It sounded nasty to me.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it sounded nasty to me. But anyway, okay, so number 3, you can be bluntly honest with this person about his or her appearance, hygiene, or hair, and vice versa. You're comfortable enough to point out that the other's hair is sticking up or that someone's fly is down.
Hell, I'm going to do that anyway. And it ain't about no wife or no husband. I'm just going to tell you the truth. If you stink, I'm going to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Simple. I'm just being real. There ain't nothing about no husband or wife. Hell, motherfucker, you need to go out there and shower, or you forgot deodorant this morning. Something, real smooth. Don't come out there and try to embarrass
How the hell is that smooth when you said, motherfucker, you ain't got no deodorant on? That's smooth, Mike.
Well, I'm just saying.
Did y'all hear that? And that's supposed to be smooth. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes, you got to let them know.
Obviously, you see what his type of smooth is.
Now, just think about it. Somebody come in your face talking to you and they breath smell like ass. Come on, you're not just going to sit there and take that.
I do it every day in my line of work.
Lord, I'm sorry, bless you.
I don't want y'all to think my line of work is dirty. I work in a financial institution. So everybody that I come in contact with has not and will not brush their teeth. So there it is.
Yeah. So,
or coffee breath. Coffee breath is the worst. I don't drink
smoker's
coffee.
Breath too.
And smoker's breath. And if it's a combination, and I'm sorry, I'm not stepping on anybody's toes out there in podcast land. They might smoke. Hey, do you, honey. But anyway, okay, so number 4, when something eventful happens at work, this coworker is the first person you seek out for a debriefing.
No, they're just a nosy employee. They know everything. I go ask her because she know everything. She just nosy as hell. She stay in the boss's ass. So hell, she know everything. That ain't no work wife.
Okay.
See, I'm disagreeing with all of them.
Okay. Number 5, at breakfast, lunch, and coffee breaks, your closest coworker knows what to order for you and how you like your coffee and vice versa.
I can't argue that one. Now you're getting a little personal. The other stuff I can argue.
No. Here they go. No. He doesn't like his coffee with 2 scoops
exactly,
of sugar. He likes 3 scoops of sugar.
Go ahead. All right. See, now I can't argue that one now.
Okay.
You know a little too much now.
Now you really gonna spaz out. Listen to this. Number 6, you and your coworker can finish each other's sentences.
Oh, hell no. That's only my wife do that.
I told you.
See, yeah.
Spaz out.
Now, see, that's, oh boy. Now they getting juicy. Yeah. Now we some show and tell stuff now. Yes. Okay.
All right. So number 7, guys, this is the last one in this. Do you have a work spouse? And here's the 7 clear signs. So this is the big one. Number 7 is someone in your office knows almost as much about your personal life as your best friend or real life spouse does.
Now, see, that right there, that's taking it to another level. Now, why would you let an outside person, I don't care how close you are, into your personal space like that, into your personal business, and they know more about you than probably your wife or your husband? No, I think that's taking it to another level.
I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I really think they're taking that to another level. I mean, it's okay to be cool with everybody on your job, but when you start talking about personal stuff, what's going on in your house, or they know a lot about you, how you take your food and all of this, that one's a little tricky because, if you spend a lot of time with these people, they eat with you every day, they may start picking up your eating habits or whatever. But all that personal information, no, I don't agree with that at all. No.
Well, like I said, I don't disagree at all with you. I think that is just going a little bit too far into personal business territory. And that's where, like I said about that post on Facebook, that might be where they saying, you're going to mess around with the work spouses and wind up losing your real spouse.
Exactly.
Especially if they know real personal stuff. Like number 7 says, someone in your office knows almost as much about your personal life as your best friend or your real life spouse does. Mm-hmm. So if this person knows the in and out that you work with in your life just as much, if not more so, than your actual wife, your actual husband, then what kind of bond do you have with your real spouse? Because the person you work with know just as much as they know.
Exactly. I agree with you on that, honey. And another thing, we could take it a step further. Okay, one, if the argument is that they say that their work spouse is easier to talk to. I'm just throwing that out there. One, if that's the issue. Because sometimes at home, your spouse, or like you just saying, you or your spouse don't communicate well. Yeah, if some people, if they communicate, they argue or, whatever the case may be. But if you get to work and your work spouse listens, don't criticizes, don't give you the third degree on the little things you say, maybe they'll be more susceptible to talking to them than to their actual mate.
And that's how a lot of cheating gets started.
Exactly. I agree with you, but I'm just saying that could be an argument on that side,
But that's how cheating gets started.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
Usually when you start seeking that type of talking to somebody else outside your marriage or outside your relationship, and because you can't talk to the one that you're with, because it, like you said, it may turn into an argument all the time, or the communication barrier is completely up. So that's when the breakdown starts, because now instead of you confiding in the person that you love and that you've been in a relationship with, you're confiding with an outside source. That's never good for you to do that in any type of form. I mean, if you know you're going to try to work your marriage or your relationship out, then you need to be trying to figure out how those communication barriers can come down, because bringing a third party into your relationship is not going to make that better.
That's going to add fuel to the fire.
It's going to add fuel to the fire. And like you said, I would rather, if I did have a confidant like